Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about the aspiring actress who was killed by a jealous ex-boyfriend, and that is Maple Batalia. The future was looking incredibly bright for teenage Maple Batalia. The popular student was determined to fulfill her dream of becoming a doctor, and her stunning looks had secured her acting and modeling roles. Maple was beautiful and intelligent, but that perfect combination attracted a deadly mix of jealousy and obsession that would ultimately cost her everything. Maple was just a few months old when she moved to Canada from India with her family. She grew up to be a warm, kind, and smart young woman who was eager to make the most of every opportunity that her new home offered. By 19, she was a health science student at Simon Fraser University in Surrey, British Columbia. Maple wanted to be a doctor, but she was also a part-time model and aspiring actress. She had even had a small role in the movie Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Success was on the horizon no matter where Maple's path took her. Since high school, popular Maple had dated Virginder Gary Dalilwal, 20, whom her friends described as being quiet. In August 2011, after 4 years together, the couple separated after Maple accused Gary of cheating on her repeatedly. But once Gary lost Maple's love, he suddenly realized she was the only woman he wanted. As Maple tried to move on, Gary refused to walk away from the relationship, and his behavior grew increasingly aggressive and obsessive. Over several weeks, he sent Maple about 1,700 messages and made more than 150 calls. Maple tried her best to ignore him and replied only a handful of times, but Gary wasn't giving up. One night, Gary saw Maple in a club with a male friend and sent her 300 messages that night alone. Gary would pick fights with Maple's male friends and even started to follow her around. Fueled with jealousy, he bought a handgun and a knife. He had later claimed it was to frighten off men attracted to Maple, but he would use the weapons for something so much worse. On the night of September 28, 2011, Maple was on campus studying late at the university library with some other students. Unbeknown to Maple, Gary had hired a white rental Dodge Charger so he could follow her around and keep track of her movements. Gary was in the car outside with his friend Gorismar, waiting and watching. When Maple eventually left the library, she innocently hugged a male friend goodbye. With Gary looking on her, fate was sealed. Maple headed to her car in the car park while Gary's jealous rage reached on, and it was all-time high. He followed her with his gun and fired 3 bullets into Maple's back. Then he pulled out his knife and savagely slashed at her head at least 11 times. With Maple bleeding to death on the floor, Gary fled the scene in the rental car, leaving the knife but taking the gun, which would never be found. Maple was barely alive when the police and paramedics arrived at the scene, and she died from her injuries a few hours later at the Royal Columbian Hospital. Police quickly linked the shocking attack to Gary. While Maple's loved ones held a candlelit vigil, investigators found the Dodge Charger Gary had hired and discovered a shell casing under the bonnet that matched the casing at the crime scene. Maple's blood was also found on the car headlights and the driver's visor. Gary was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. His friend Gorismar was also charged with manslaughter and for being an accessory after the fact. So this is really a sad true story of Maple Batalia, an aspiring actress, doctor, and also model. I mean, in this world that we're living in, we have these persons who are really insecure. They have a lot of low self-esteem, and I mean, if a guy in his right mind knew that this is the woman that he actually wanted and needed to spend a lifetime with, why would I be cheating on her in the first place? And why would I think that it is okay that I can have my own way by doing all those things and think that the person that you think you love will be happy about it and just go about living like that? She knew that she had self-worth as well, and she is more than that stupidness that he actually went about doing by cheating on her. I believe that she loved him, but he didn't love her the way that she did. I didn't wrong her in the first place to get separated from this guy, but to know that she is dead right now, it's really heartbreaking, because he could simply walk away from it. But you know, persons in these times are very insecure and self-centered, and also have low self-esteem, because he could definitely move on. He could definitely choose to live the life that he wanted by having his body thrown around, just like what he have been doing. And this guy deserves a death penalty, because this is really and truly brutality at its best. So guys, you can put your comments in the comment section of what you think about the murder of this aspiring model. Yes, and also stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching. Until then, I'm out.